Family? You're tuned in to Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller. I'm in the big chair tonight. We appreciate you guys so much for listening in all week. Join the virtual studio with James, John, Jeff Kaufman, and Miguel Colon Jr. But we do have a special guest.
What?
Chilling with us on StreamYard. She will be at the Orlando Improv this weekend, November 25th and 26th. Put your hands together and show your love for Zarna Garg. Thank you. Thanks for sitting in with us.
Namaste. Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I can't place your accent. Where in Texas are you from?
You would think I'm from Texas, the state that I'm from in India. It's about the same state of women out there.
Oh, wow.
Zarna.
Bang, bang.
Zarna will be at the Improv this weekend, so she's kicking with us. She did Tom and Dan last week. She's doing the Monsters this week. So we appreciate it. Zarna, we start every show off the same way. We have to know your origin story. How long have you been doing comedy, and where did you start, and how was your first ever show?
I started in New York City. I live in New York City. I've been doing comedy about 5 years. And I got started because my kids ganged up on me and challenged me to try something new. Because for 16 years, I was a stay-at-home mom and I was yelling at them, you try something new, you try something, you should try. So then they're like, oh, my mom's too scared to try something new. And they basically made me go to an open mic because they thought I was funny. And, you know, as an Indian woman, you're like, what do you do with funny? Funny is nothing to us. We don't believe in humor because humor means have fun. Indian people don't believe in fun.
Zarna, I'm gonna disagree because I have been to Indian weddings, and every time I'm at an Indian wedding, I'm like, I can't believe y'all just met yesterday because there's so much love in this thing. You know?
We put on a good show when we're getting rid of our girls.
There you go. I like it.
In the Indian wedding, there's only one side of the wedding that's actually partying. It's the girl side. The guy side is like ready to cry. That's
hilarious.
But my kids challenged me, and I went to an open mic, and I honestly had no idea that stand-up comedy is a job. What?
Yeah.
I got up on stage. I was like, "This is a job. Like people do this for money."
John, that's how our families treat us too. They're like,
yeah.
They're like, get a job. I'm like, I'm making people laugh. They're like, you could be something with yourself.
Yeah, my wife let people know my husband got a job.
Yeah. There you go.
People like, when can't go get a job? My wife be like, my husband got a job. What are you talking about? How was the show? How was the first show? How was it?
Oh, incredible. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I really went up raw, and the host told me, just say whatever makes you laugh, whatever you think is funny, say that. It was an open mic to start, the first open mic. And I was like, anything? And she's like, yeah, anything, whatever comes. I was like, I'm going to trash my mother-in-law.
Oh, wow.
Right? That's the most natural thing that comes out of my brain, how to trash her. Like, I'm just ready, go. Just say go, and I can go for an hour. And people loved it. Of course, you know, the whole mother-in-law thing is so universal. And I learned then that you start by doing something called a bringer show. And I was told if I brought 5 people, I could have a spot on a show. I remember putting a flyer up and 96 people showed up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Indian women don't do what I'm doing. So it was so exciting for people that an Indian woman is going to be trashing her mother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
You were the Malala of comedy.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
Hey, Zarna, let me ask. I had read that you grew up in Mumbai.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, were you a fan of comedy or like stand-up as well, or was it something that later on came to be a fan of?
I didn't even know stand-up comedy existed as an art form. In fact, people don't know right now. I work in the Comedy Cellar in New York City every night. And I'm usually waiting outside in between sets. And the amount of Indian people who stop by and ask me, they're like, does stand-up comedy mean we have to stand up?
Wow.
They don't know. This art form is so new to my people. So no, never been exposed to it, never been inside a club until I went to perform.
That's so interesting.
Yo, so I text you today. Hey, give me some topics and stuff. And you told me you have your hour special coming out in January called One in a Billion. Gonna be streaming worldwide.
Yeah.
5 years in and got an hour special. How did that come about for you?
So, I mean, I feel funny saying it. My whole life, people have said you're funny to me. And I've been the one who was always recruited to do funny speeches at weddings. No one's listening to a speech at an Indian wedding, but I had to do them because I was funny. You know, do you see in these weddings, they're big, chaotic, messy affairs. I was always recruited to do stuff at charity events and stuff. I just didn't know that that's what stand-up comedy was. I've been doing that my whole life. And, you know, and I have, like every immigrant in America, I have my own upside down story of how I made it to America. And humor was a big part of surviving and using it as a weapon. Like a lot of places, a lot of doors open for me because people knew I would keep things funny.
There you go. Nice.
Nice.
So which is why my all American kids were like, Mom, you're funny. You should just do this. And I was like, that's not like what? What do you do with funny? That's not like being a doctor.
Now, how many kids do you actually have?
I have so many. Don't even ask. It's
wow.
I'm an Indian woman. You know, that's our thing. Like we just keep producing.
I like it.
I have 3 kids. I have a 19-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
Oh, nice. I actually have 4 kids. And here's the thing I want to ask you, parent to parent, we're both comedians. Are your kids proud of you as a comedian? Do they tell their friends, my mom's a comedian?
Well, first of all, they don't have a choice. They have to be. Like, let's just get that started. They live in my house. I pay for their bills. They have to be proud of me. It's required.
Amen.
Second of all, they all run my tech. They manage my TikTok, my Instagram, because I believe in #believe in child labor. Whoever said that was a bad idea, that person needs to go.
I love it.
Ask a mother, she will tell you, put the kids to work.
Yes.
I think my kids love what I do. Their friends love. This is why I do clean comedy. This is why I want to do shows where families can come out. I fought so hard for Orlando Improv, made their early show on Friday an all ages show because I fought for it. Because there's so few places for all of us to go and laugh together. I call it the mostly clean show just in case one bad word slips out. But what kid has not heard one bad word? If you live in the streets of New York, you've heard it.
Hey, and just know I'm her feature.
Yeah.
So hey, it might be me.
Hey, Zarna, if you need me to get you a list of other comics just in case something goes wrong, we'll have them on standby.
Hey, I've done the all ages show with Preacher.
I'm so excited to have Ken. I've heard all the amazing buzz about him. I can't wait to work with him.
Nice. Yeah, till I say that one bad word.
Any of y'all boobs ever? What's the light for?
Hey, Zarna, have you ever read your Wikipedia?
Yeah.
It says, CNBC said, the zany, outspoken voice of the Indian American woman.
Yeah.
You feel that way about you? You really think that's you?
The thing is that I didn't know that that's what I was. When you're a stay-at-home mom, as long as I am living under that rock, you assume that everybody is doing everything and you just don't know about it. So when I started doing comedy, I didn't know I was the only woman of my kind on this whole planet Earth doing what I do. So, you know, trashing my husband came so naturally.
Wow.
Hey, Zarna, do you, like, honestly though, like, do you feel pressure sometimes for being like an Asian comedian, a woman comedian, from outside people wanting you to be something you're not?
Of course. And I'm told all the, oh, you're a trailblazer, you're a pioneer. And I'm like, I'm not a pioneer. Martin Luther King had dreams. I just have bills. I'm just trying to work.
Yo, the struggle is real.
Right? Where's the lie? Like, honestly, I'm just trying to work and put some good shit. And of course, during the pandemic, that's when it all became real. I had just gotten started. I had all these sold out shows at Caroline's, and then the world shut down. I was like, of course, my mother-in-law strikes again. I blame the entire global pandemic on her. People thought it was the bats in China. No. It was the rat in India.
Let me ask you guys, Zarna, how do like family members of yours back in Mumbai and other parts of India, how do they react to this? Because I think, like you said, in the United States, there's like a draw. There's people who don't think comedy as a job, and then there's people like, oh my God, you're a comedian. That's the greatest thing ever. What do you find when you tell your family back home?
Well, it went from like, what are you doing? This is not a job. Why are you're a lawyer? I'm a licensed lawyer in New York. They're like, why aren't you just doing that? I was like, I'm really bad at it. I got my own clients arrested. I was like, okay, this is not good. This is probably not a good move. You know what I mean? So I was like, I need to do something else. But we went from what is this to now. Every day, I swear, a new relative calls me. They're like, trash my neighbor, trash my sister. They're sending me joke ideas every day. My WhatsApp is blowing up now.
That's hilarious. You have 100 million views on TikTok. I'm assuming you write out everything yourself, but do your kids have any input in it since they run your social media?
Of course, because they do dumb things all the time. Listen,
Amen.
If you're a
Amen.
parent, you know it's a non-stop stream of dumb things. And I just do a good job of pitting one against the other. Because, divide and conquer. I learned that from the British. I was like, we got to go in the way the masters did it. See how they divided countries? I do the same thing with my kids. And I make one record the other without the one knowing.
That's funny. It's called the old colonizer trick.
You've done a lot of work, and you said, I got on stage, I just talk about my parents, but you got to spend a lot of time writing too. It's not just I go up and I tell stories. Yeah. I mean, you don't get that good from, just, hey, let me wing this.
No, I am a little bit of a purist in that way. Like once I realized what stand-up comedy was and what writing a joke was, I kind of took it on like a real challenge. And my act is all jokes, like from beginning to end. It's like it's just comes at jet speed because I know people are spending their hard-earned money coming to these clubs. It's a night out. I've been there. I've been where you hired the babysitters. Now I just leave them. I'm like, fine, one of you, but back in the day, I've been down that road, so I take it very seriously, and I work on my craft every night. I'm working every single night in New York City when I'm not on the road. So,
look, that's
but
dope.
also being a mom,
she
Jay-Z.
She's Jay-Z. She say, man, I get on stage, man. I'm the Jay-Z of comedy.
So that's last year at Halloween, I was Z Diddy.
Oh man, Zarna, you are a treat. I can't say you're funny, and you are so fun. Zarna Garg will be at the Orlando Improv this weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend, November 25th and 26th. You don't even like your family that much. You don't come out to comedy.
There's a great excuse to leave the family. Be like, I got the Zarna Garg tickets.
There you go.
I gotta go.
Come on, man.
Zarna, in a hotel.
Zarna, we got a minute left. Mama, can you go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at? James, you got something?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah, we got a minute left. Where can they find you at?
You can find me everywhere on every major platform at Zarna Garg. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, OnlyFans, Be Real. I put my kids on everything. And listen, you not only do you have to you can avoid your family this weekend, you also don't have to cook, because guess what? Orlando Improv has you covered.
Yep.
There you go.
We got food. That is Miss Zarna Garg. Once again, Zarna Garg will be at the Orlando Improv this weekend, November 25th, 26th. Ken Miller will be your feature act, and our homegirl Shireen Kazan will be emceeing. So we appreciate it. Zarna, thank you so much for kicking with us, and I will see you Friday.
I will see
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you so much. Everybody, please join us.
No
Thank
problem.
you so much.
Hey, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. I'm Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Guys, remember, go out to Instagram, follow, Facebook, follow, Twitter, follow, and please go to YouTube. You can check out all of our shows, so go subscribe. I've been trying to hit 100 subscribers. Take your ass and go subscribe.
Come on.
Somebody ass in here tonight. And then go to iHeart, search Real Laughs, and then you can listen to all our podcasts. Join the virtual studio with James John, Miguel Colon Jr., and from the law offices of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath podcast, Mr. Jeff Kaufman. I am still hungover from Friday. Bro.
Yeah.
Hey, we had it was such a good night. I took a picture with my cousin-in-law. I don't even remember taking a picture.
I remember.
I don't remember. All I know is I got a text the next day. I got a text yesterday from Patricia. I said, "Hey man, send me all the pictures." And he sent me the picture. I said, "When the hell did I take the picture?"
There's a picture of you at Waffle House. You're like, "When did we go to Waffle House?" Like after Denny's. After Denny's, we got kicked out of Denny's, and you said you a cut rate Waffle House anyway.
Bro, it was one we had, and shout out to Jay Farrow, man. So cool. We got to go in the green room. We kicked it. So cool. But I appreciate you guys, man. It's always a pleasure hanging.
Amen. Amen.
Always a pleasure hanging.
We don't get to do it very often where we're all together. So when we do it, we
never get to hang out with y'all, man.
Well, that's
every time. I know it's not you guys. It's not you guys. It's just every time you're like, yo, guess what? We all gonna go to Jay-Z's house and Kevin Hart gonna be there. And then we got a rib eating contest and Jeff Kaufman got the ghost of Chadwick Boseman to come kick it with us. I'm like, cool. It's like Wednesday. I'm not in town Wednesday. You're like, oh. And then I see pictures with Jay-Z, the ghost of Chadwick Boseman, Jeff Kaufman, all y'all on a boat. You're like, yo, we went to Mars. Elon showed up. He said, let's go to Mars. It was a prototype.
That's funny.
I just literally, I get on Instagram and I'm like, oh man, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, look at them. Just having a blast, living it. And you always invite me. I'm always busy. But man, every time I'm like, y'all even brought Patricio. That's how I know there was a spot available. You know?
Yeah.
I don't even think we invited Patricio.
No.
I think Patricio just
we brought
showed
the
up.
Mexican Trek with us, man. That's
honestly, I found out we haven't even been inviting him on the show. Every time he's been on, he just keeps showing up. We're like, how does he get the link?
Hey, James, I have it in my mind.
Yeah.
That Jeff Kaufman hates Patricio.
Bro, you gonna say it right on air? Like,
I tell you what it is, man. I tell you what it is.
To them at the Improv. I was like, I don't think he likes you, bro.
Can I tell you the craziest part? Jeff Kaufman sponsors his podcast.
Yeah. I don't think Jeff Kaufman likes us, you know? He's smart enough, man. He's like, slow and steady, baby. Slow and steady. Wait till our contract comes up in later months. And Big Daddy Jack hits us up with like, Kaufman already approached me. It's all last. Hey, and I'm gonna be sitting on Kaufman's lap like that little monkey with Jabba. Like, yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm replacing that logo with my face. Who are you?
Yeah, like, it is your face. It's a white man's face. Yeah.
That was Kaufman in
that's
99.
aggro, man. That he ain't got a single Jew on that face.
We'll just put a yarmulke on him, and we'll put a yarmulke on him, and have him have like a menorah in the background, and you know.
No, we had a good time, man.
Jeff, I'm curious, man.
Sure.
Your lady was the only lady there. How was her night? How did she feel hanging out with a bunch of us weirdos?
As long as there's alcohol, she's good.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that, Ken.
My baby, as long as the bar's open.
Yep.
I mean, I have to keep her. She's like one of those floats in the Macy's Day Parade. You got to like hold her down. Yeah. You got like the arm going.
She's Snoopy. Whoa, come on.
She walked in. She walked in to see Jay, and she was like, I had to like pull the baby. Go pull you back. I pull you back. You're scaring Jay.
I had to do that with Patricia. I say, hey, you can't pull your phone out. Just start recording.
Okay, wow, that happened.
You got that happened. You can't just start recording. You got it because he was even Jay was like, hey, what you doing? I was like, bro, you gotta. You lucky we got to come back here. We don't get to come back here.
Act like you done been here before.
Yeah, but now
got EDM music in his ear. He's like,
yeah, man. Miguel,
he broke up the phone. He goes, you don't mind if I do a reel right now? I'm going,
Yeah, it was so.
I was waiting to go. Yeah, you guys are done. Thank you.
Yeah. I was like, all right, it's time for me to throw everybody out.
Miguel, you don't know the best part. Somebody let Jolly back there.
Yeah.
Somebody let David Jolly back there. David Jolly just drunkenly got his way back, and I bet you he walked right. If you guys know, David Jolly's a local Orlando comedian. He was very funny dude. Very known for getting that drink in him. And when the Remy's in the system with David Jolly, David Jolly will walk up to Kevin Hart and be like, hey, what's up, man? Let me do some time. I'm big here. I'm big here in this city.
Hey, I ain't gonna let you talk junk about, bro. Hey, shout out to Jolly. Jolly set in Friday. For the Monday and Tuesday shows. I had Jolly, I had Chris Alexander, and I had Patricio, who I don't know how he got the link, and and it was fun. It was eventful. I'm about to post the clip now for the show for Monday night.
Oh, he said that, but I heard him go to him. Okay, man, let me tell you how to do this.
Yeah.
You got I did have to school him on. He gotta let people talk.
You gotta stop talking.
Hey, big bro. Let me.
Back when we used to be in the studio, there would be times it'd be just me and like 3 other comics, and I'm like, I'd have to huddle them up, be like, listen. The reason this is your first time here is because y'all none of my first choices. You know, like, let me be real. That don't mean you're not talented individuals who deserve your shine. I just have no faith you could do this. Yeah. So prove me wrong, and then I will open the liquor up. Because back in the day, we used to do 4 shows on a Sunday, and Ken knows, and I would be like, I'm not opening the liquor up until the second show when I know you could do this. But then, unfortunately, I'm gonna let us drink until we got a fireman carry you out of the station, which cured. And all I said when I had that comic over my shoulder, I looked at Ken. I said, "Hey, don't tell James nothing."
He didn't.
Like, he didn't. I know he didn't.
When James found out, I was like, "It wasn't me."
Yeah, it was me who said after a while. Statute of limitations were up. I had to look at Casey. I had to look at Casey, our engineer, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I gotta carry this comic out of here." So I think we're done.
Yeah.
And then we went to a bar. We stayed at a bar for a couple hours, and then I was like, "All right, guys, I gotta Uber home." And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, "Who stole my car?" You know, like, oh, that's right.
Why is there a passed out comic in my back seat?
Just cases of vodka.
Shout out to Jolly, man. I appreciate you for sitting in, brother. We had a good time, man. So if you're listening, man, this weekend I will be featuring at the Orlando Improv with Zarna Garg and Shireen Kasam, y'all know, who was one of the original members of Real Laughs. So it should be a good weekend. I'm excited, but you also know what tomorrow is. It's Thanksgiving, family. James, come on. I know you could.
Come on, bro. It is my favorite holiday.
I know it is, bro. Yes. I know it is. What you throwing down on? What you throwing down?
First, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna make everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Making me, my wife, my 4 kids, her mama, her aunt, her sister, her sister's husband.
Leave the house.
No, I wish. I don't want that way. I'm making everybody crepes. That's right. I'm gonna be making fresh crepes for everybody in the morning. You gotta start off. Fun cake, if you will. You got to start off with a good, well-balanced diet there, breakfast, if you will, Ken. So we're gonna start off with that.
I'm gonna pause you right there, because me and my wife had that conversation.
Okay,
we don't do breakfast on Thanksgiving. Your ass gonna eat at 2:00.
No,
I got this.
But see, also, but James, you do a little later Thanksgiving because you do a breakfast and you have so many people coming over, right?
Let me break it down for y'all. I do the big breakfast. Then at noon, we do freshly homemade appetizers. That's right. I make 85 mozzarella sticks.
I had those.
Yes, I make a special Paula Deen recipe for spinach and artichoke dip.
Just yells racial slurs into it as you make it.
Hey,
dirty gypsy, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know if you guys realize this, but racism is spicy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My turkey is Paula Deen's recipe.
Bro,
I do a smoked turkey, but I also do a roasted turkey, which is Paula Deen's.
So I do the spinach artichoke dip. I do pigs in a blanket, and I also do all the mozzarella sticks. So we eat that. Then we got a fruit platter. We got a cheese platter. So we're eating and snacking on that stuff throughout the day while I'm cooking. We eat around 5:30. I got 2 turkeys, a ham. I'm making baked macaroni, mashed potatoes, southern green beans, broccoli casserole, whole berry cranberry sauce, if you will, homemade cornbread, rolls. We got 2 pies. I got two pies. And Michelle's sister Megan, the pharmacist, always comes up with some special drink.
The Oxy?
It's called Molly.
Let's crush up these Xanax and see if it's the turkey, the tryptophan, or the Xanax.
Yeah, I'm with you, James. I got 2 turkeys. I got the green bean casserole, which is not for me. My wife likes that. Corn, sweet potato casserole, collard greens, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberries, cornbread, rice, mac and cheese, pineapple lemonade, black-eyed peas, peach cobbler, sweet potato pie.
Who making all this?
I am.
Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You making the cobbler?
My wife makes the cobbler, and my wife makes the mac and cheese. I cook everything else.
I'm impressed, brother. I like that. I like it a lot.
Now that sweet potato pie, Patty. Patty
from Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Patty LaBelle. You get that at Walmart. But everything else, I cook, man. I'm with you. It's probably my favorite holiday. And I always cook like crazy. Miguel, what you doing? You cooking? You going somewhere?
I cook for the family. I cook for my mom and my sisters and them. We don't do so for Thanksgiving. Nobody really cares about turkey, and like we make a penne for Christmas, a big roasted pork.
Ooh,
but for Thanksgiving, I have them go ahead and I say, hey man, YouTube things you've always wanted us to make, but you were like, I don't want to waste it. I want to try it. So they give me a list of like YouTube recipes and appetizers and stuff that they want. I usually do like ribeyes or New York strips for like the main meal. And then I make all types of appetizers, all types of stuff. Like we'll try to hand roll some sushi, whatever. Like Thanksgiving's about us kicking it and trying to make some like dishes we've never made before all day. But I always do jalapeno poppers. This year I'm gonna do these things called armadillo eggs. And I sent you guys a picture of what looked like Akeem making them. But basically it's I saw it. I was like, yo, every gay, good-looking black dude is just Akeem now, you know. Well, armadillo eggs. You take a big jalapeno, like the Monsanto gigantic ones, you know. Chop it, fill it up with cream cheese and a mix of like cheddar and stuff like that. Then you wrap it around sausage, like Jimmy Dean or whatever, spicy. Cover the sausage in whatever seasoning, like barbecue seasonings you want. Then bacon weave it and then smoke them. And you smoke them for like 2.5 hours, a little barbecue sauce on them. And they call them armadillo eggs. And they're big. And it's an appetizer I've always wanted to make, but they're so big that I'm just like, man, that's like a meal, you know? But for Thanksgiving, we get to wild out. So we're doing that. We're doing a couple cooked sushi dishes that they've always wanted to try. So I'm like, all right, man. Lumpia, arroz con pollo, just a big hodgepodge. And then it's only us on Thanksgiving usually, just like me and my mom and my youngest sister. So usually then the next day, I make quesadillas. Like that's my big next day because I'm tired of cooking. And I make quesadillas and I'm like, you get a quesadilla mixed in whatever wild-ish we made also. So that's a quesadilla. It's a quesadilla with some sushi and lumpia and armadillo egg. It's like you had a Chinese buffet, you know?
With tomatillo sauce.
That's crazy. Hey, we're gonna jump to commercial real quick. And what we'll do is, Jeff, when we come back, we'll ask you what you do for Thanksgiving, because I don't know what rich white people do. You know what I mean?
He's Jewish, so it's a brisket.
I'll let you know. I don't know.
I don't know if y'all cater. I don't know if y'all come just pop up at people's house. I don't know if you're just gonna bring a bottle somewhere. So I'm curious. I need to know your answers. I ain't have enough time for you to give your answer. I want to give you time because I want to know what the rich white man, that moved on up in the penthouse.
Thanksgiving's exhausting for a rich white man. I've been so thankful for so much.
All right, well, we'll be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Guys, man, do me a favor. Go on to Instagram, follow us, Facebook, follow us, Twitter, follow us. Go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate that, man. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers this week. And if you want to listen to any of the old podcasts, go to iHeart, search Real Labs. You can listen to all our podcasts. Shout out to Zarna Garg for kicking it with us earlier in the show. She will be at the Orlando Improv this weekend, November 25th and 26th. You might have heard her on Tom and Dan last week, and I think she'll be on the Monsters this week. Join the virtual studio with James John Miguel Colon Jr. and from the law office of Kaufman and Lynn, Jeff Kaufman and the Under Oath podcast. We've been talking about Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Hoping you have a happy, safe Thanksgiving. It's Jeff Kaufman's turn. We want to know what the rich white man is doing for Thanksgiving.
Well, let me explain what white privilege looks like.
Here it comes.
Here it is. Here it is.
Talk to us.
I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I don't want to compare poor people and rich people. But here's what happens.
It's apples and Fabergé eggs.
When you have what you want to have, you can choose not to be around people.
Oh,
see now when you family, my family is more important. I don't want to think of anything, so I get the hell away from everybody because I'm in Vegas right now.
Oh,
that's for Thanksgiving.
I'm in Vegas for 5 days, and let me explain what a Vegas Thanksgiving.
It's like, and not Las Vegas. I'm in Moon Vegas.
I was about to ask. That got to be because they already got them crazy buffets out there, so it got to be.
He's like, you know what we eat? Yeah, buffet. This French fool. Buffet.
Every meal is a Thanksgiving meal for me.
Yeah.
You know what they make for Thanksgiving in Vegas? they have a runaway girl come in, and he's like that one, and they shoot her, and then they stuff her. I just want to see my father.
Now, hey, a girl Durkin.
Yeah, a good Durkin. Several different girls stuffed into, and they make them all call their fathers. They're like, "Daddy, Daddy, I just wanted to say that I love you. After I love you, shoot her."
Oh my God!
And then the part is, they only eat the choice meat of it. They eat like a quarter of a thigh, and they're like, delectable. Throw the rest away into the river.
I gotta ask you though, Jeff, if you're gonna spend your Thanksgiving in Las Vegas, where are you eating?
That's what I'm about to ask. Where
Everywhere.
you
There's
eating?
nothing. Everything's open.
So what are
nothing's
you
closed
doing in Vegas though?
Shows, everything. I mean, I'm jumping off Friday. I jump off the Stratosphere. I'm gonna be doing this. They have a thing called the Sky Jump, where you can step.
I just
off
thought you
the
were
Sky
finished.
Jump.
I was like, you were like, I'm just done with
I
everything. Why?
Yeah, why not?
Like
You
Name
gotta
Wars
go.
people
You
are
gotta
singing
go.
to you in the water.
No, you can't jump till you at least pay for a year of this show.
Yeah. His last words were, "I want my estate to go to real laughs."
Actually, my last words was, "How did Patricio get on the show?"
He was available on Fridays.
So you on vacation? So you're not out there for like, I know you go places for like comic book conventions, go hear people speak. You on vacation?
No, I go like 30 days straight. Like every night I got something, for the last like 6 weeks or something else. So this is actually the first time I'm going to go somewhere and not pick up the phone, not think of anything.
Nice.
People always ask me, they go, how do you do everything? I say suicidally, you're just constantly like, okay, what am I doing? How am I doing it? And Thanksgiving for me is basically 4 or 5 days where I just leave and then I come back. And,
how long have you been doing that?
God, years now. Years. Like last year I went to Niagara Falls, and Canada doesn't have Thanksgiving. So I just enjoyed, there was no holiday to that.
Left.
So yeah.
We don't call them that anymore.
They're like, that's not how any of it went down. We were not very happy to bring them gourds.
Hey, we
told them to leave.
Hey, Miguel, we can't call them Indians anymore. We call them the Commanders.
Yeah.
Or the Guardians, yeah.
The Guardians, yeah. The Guardians.
I either call them the Guardians, the Commanders, or the casino owner.
You're in Cleveland.
Yes.
You go, you're Cleveland. If you've been to Cleveland, there's no way your baseball team suddenly changed the name to the Guardians.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, this sounds like my parole officer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Clay, yeah.
Mama call him Clay. Hey, James, curious. That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope what Jeff does. You ever thought about for Thanksgiving? I know it's your favorite.
Yes.
You and your wife just been like, you know what? We getting the hell up out of here.
We just had a conversation about next year because we like cruising so much. And somebody gave us the idea, go on a cruise for Thanksgiving because the cruise ships do the whole meal. I don't have to cook. I don't have to wake up early. And I'd bring my whole family with me because we've done that before where everybody comes with us.
James, you escaping and still bringing the prison with you. Yeah. It's like when Andy got out of Shawshank, he wasn't like, all right, everybody, come on. Come on through the tunnel one by one.
They coming out the tunnel, he wiping them down.
Yeah. It's gonna be wild in Mexico, but don't tell too many people.
But the crazy thing about a cruise is I never saw my kids until I just saw them because on a cruise, everybody gets lost doing their own thing. Yeah, nobody really sticks together.
No, those boats are too small. They'll find you anywhere. Like I tried to hide. I took my people on a boat for like a holiday about 2 months ago. And there were like 15
I remember that.
people, and wherever I went, they were on top of me. I mean, I was.
See, the kids don't want to be where Dad is.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So they're gonna separate.
Do you go in the pool? I can't do that. It's like a petri dish. I ain't going there.
I
don't do public water
hot
pool.
Tub, but this is like before COVID. This is years ago. My wife took me on a cruise. It was my first time ever going on a cruise. I think it was her birthday weekend, like our first year of marriage. And I had never been on the cruise. And I got into the hot tub, and then I had heard, "Hey man, you don't get into the pool in the hot tub."
Man, y'all scared. Let me tell you what.
In a carnival pool.
That's listen, man. I raw dogged all through spring break Daytona Beach when I was a kid. I'm immune.
Oh
no, I'm immune, man.
Ken, that's how you started COVID, bro, doing that.
Yeah.
You brought it back
me.
to the U.S.
It was me. I brought it back,
ass.
I brought it back and I blamed it on JP. It was him. It was
That's
him.
funny.
Oh.
We're gonna get canceled.
We're gonna get canceled, man.
They gotta listen to us first to cancel us.
Yeah, that is true.
Hey,
We
listen,
got one dude that's in the comment sections of our YouTube that I think his name is Chris. I think that dude, as soon as I put a YouTube up, it's got a view.
He listens. Yeah,
he listens. So shout out to him, man. Jeff, how the podcast going, man? Who you had on recently?
Oh man, actually, this week I have
he's killing it.
Ed Quinn from Tyler Perry show. Oval.
Yep.
The guy who plays the president.
Oh,
yep,
dude,
that's my guy. And then after him, I have John Snyder,
black, bro.
Yeah, he's Midnight Blue.
He's a good-looking dude, though.
Yeah, he the white dude, but he in the show he blackity black, bro.
Yeah.
There's a clip everybody posts where he goes over this chick. He the president. He in the projects getting some side booty.
Yep.
And he walk out, and the lady like, "You the president?" And he was like, "Yep." She said something about, "Hey, you look at me." He said, "Girl, I hear anything that moves," and got into the limo. And
wow. Yeah.
Damn. I was like, "Dang, bro."
I got that Black Trump energy,
bro. The crazy thing about the Oval is a lot of people crap on Tyler Perry's drama TV shows about how they do this for black people and make black people like this and that. And I'm like, dude, have you ever watched Dynasty?
Yeah.
You ever watch any white drama? White dramas are just as great.
Because nobody wants it to be a regular show about real life.
No.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Real
like,
Housewives, stop it.
Bro, like, would you watch? Nobody would watch Real Housewives of Atlanta if they weren't throwing hands.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nobody wants to see Craig Mitchell's wife. They want Fetty Wap's wife. You know? Like,
hey, can you imagine? Okay, it's my wife, your wife, James, Jeff Kaufman's girlfriend, and the girl that McGill got tied up in his closet. They just film them at dinner every day.
No one's gonna watch.
No, because the first thing that's gonna happen is
you give my girl a couple drinks, you gonna watch that show.
Yeah, because if Michelle tossing her ass into the fish tank at the bar.
Every other scene is me just walking in, looking at the girl I'm with, like, "Hey, chill out, man. These is good people. Chill out, chill out, yo."
But then they cut to us, and we at the bar drunk. Like,
like
they need an intervention.
You mind your own goddamn business.
Hey, I'm looking at y'all like, y'all get an email from the producer that they want to recast your girl? No.
This on YouTube. This how I know I was drunk, James. This how tall my glasses were. At the Improv. I was like, who drank all that?
Oh, it is.
It's like you.
Who?
Kid who?
I had one drink.
Yo, kid who, man? Before we get up out of here, man, we got to say rest in peace. I know you guys are like in the comic books and all that.
Absolutely.
It was the Green Ranger.
And the White Ranger.
Yeah, and the White Ranger, man. I wasn't a Power Rangers guy, so if y'all want to speak on that, man, y'all can. I didn't watch the show like that.
I loved it. Go ahead,
Jeff.
He was a good dude. It wasn't about the show for him. He's been doing conventions for 20 years. I mean, he shows up at every one, and everybody I've ever met has said the same thing. He always went full out. I mean, he was the first guy who was actually wearing his own costume. You know, people didn't do it. He didn't do it for extra money. He did it because he knew people liked it. Yeah. And, you know, he showed up at every event, good guy, hundreds of comic book stores. I mean, everybody I knew said the same thing. It was a tragedy. We feel terrible. And he was a really good guy. So that's all I got to say about that.
He passed away. He passed away from was it suicide he passed away from? So, man,
just check out. I don't know. That's what they said.
Check on your people, man, because you might think somebody's doing great, but, you know.
Yeah, I always check on your people. You know what I'm
saying? Because dude like that, here he is making everybody happy and probably loving every moment of it and still having some stuff going on. Just especially during the holidays, man, check on your people. Check on your people.
Also, we got another rest in peace, man. Not to make this a somber show, but rest in peace, Bud Friedman.
Bud Friedman, man.
Bud Friedman was the guy the founder and original MC of the Improv Comedy Club. So without Bud, brother, we would not be here at all working the improv. So thanks you for the brick wall. But I also got to give a personal RIP to Rick Ingram. I don't know. You guys may not know Rick Ingram. Rick Ingram came to every show at Side Splitters Comedy Club. And I mean, every show, man, him and his wife, Dawn, were amazing people. And Rick Ingram also passed away this week. So rest in peace, Rick, man. The Side Splitter family, they miss you, brother. I mean, James, when I say every show, every show. He was at every show, man. So rest in peace, brother. So I hated to do the somber moment, but I did want to go show love to thoughts and prayers to those people. We got 2 minutes left. It's Thanksgiving, baby. We want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. James, where you at this weekend, baby?
I ain't gonna be nowhere because my wife said when it's Thanksgiving weekend, I stay my ass home.
But home.
I'm gonna see if I can come out on Friday and actually hang out a little bit, man. Support you guys over at the Orlando Improv.
Yeah, come on out because my wife gonna be having the girls' night. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Stack them up. Stack Miguel, where you at this weekend?
I'm gonna go check it out Friday, man. I'm gonna go to the Orlando Improv and check it out. And then next weekend, Friday the 2nd, I'm at the Corner Bonkers Comedy Room downtown. Good club. That's what's up, man. I haven't been there yet.
It's a good ass club. That's
what I'm excited.
And dude, they're gonna give you 40 drink tickets, so just be ready.
I'm even more excited.
You know what this means in my neighborhood? That means whatever Miguel ain't coming.
That's right.
Oh, I'll come Friday. Oh, I got I got no work. Yeah, you guys go hang out with Elon on Mars on a Tuesday when I got to work, and then record shows on Friday afternoons because y'all got fun jobs. So I'm like, nah.
Jeff, I know you're gonna be in Vegas this weekend, but what you got coming up on the podcast you want to speak on?
I've got Ed Quinn, and then after him, I have John Snyder from Dukes of Hazzard.
Love
and
that.
Then after that, it's Topher Grace from that 70s
bro,
show.
Topher Grace, man.
Bro, man, we need to talk to who booking people.
Yeah,
we just getting comedians.
Yeah.
we need to talk to who you booking. Hey, man, we appreciate you guys so much for listening. Don't forget, this weekend, Zarna Garg will be at the Orlando Improv, November 25th, 26th. I will be featuring. Shireen Kassan will be hosting. We want to wish you guys a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow will be a best of show, and you probably will hear Devin's voice. But that's James John. That's Miguel Colon Jr. from the law offices of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath podcast. Mr. Jeff Kaufman. Have fun in Vegas. I'm Ken Miller, and guess what? Take your ass to bed. Good night.
Nice, man. Great job.
Yeah.
Good show, guys.
Cool.
Good show. Hey, Mr. Kaufman, have safe travels, man, when you go out to Vegas,
recording so I can tell you some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hold on. Damn. Hold on a second.
Nothing bad.
In recording.